So, the folks at Unity have recently released the Unity AI, and this is in its open beta, and this is pretty interesting. So previously we did talk about Unity having a couple of cool tools that most probably help creators do pretty cool stuff, like maybe creating textures, doing some nice animation with their Muse tool, which we also made a full video about. Alongside that, they also had some other ones to help with coding and so on and so forth. And today we're having an announcement that has to do with their open beta tool, which is a built-in agent which is tuned for Unity workflow or connect with other AI tools that you prefer via an AI gateway and an MPC server. And Unity isn't just implementing the Model Context Protocol server, but they're also implementing generative tools. And for those who like to join the beta or even read about it, you can simply go over to the link in the description. They'll bring you right here where you'll be able to get started with it. Now, this is fully integrated into Unity, and you can read up here that says it is trained on Unity, designed for game development. And if you simply scroll all the way down, you can see the set of things that these can do. So the Unity AI suite comes with an agentic assistant, an AI gateway, and an MCP server. So with the agentic assistant, this is editor integrated and project aware, which is designed for your workflows. The AI gateway gets to connect your models and tools directly, and this is built to maximize performance, security, and control. And of course, the MCP server, just like what we get with Blender, seems to serve as a bridge to Unity from your IDE or preferred application. And this is more performance than open source alternatives. And of course, with this, it simply means that you can now easily prompt your way to creating game assets, bringing several assets to life, putting things together, and also creating integrations and controlling what you want. And how you can get started with this is pretty simple. You get to install Unity 6, install the AI packages, and link them to the Unity cloud. Currently, this agent actually deals with about 5 different models, which includes the Unity AI, the Cloud Code, Codex, Gemini, and also Cursor. Outside that, there is also a good number of things that you can actually do with it. And some of the things that you'll be able to do with the AI includes these. The AI understands your games. So things like profile performance bottlenecks, the AI would definitely help in terms of fixing that, as it analyzes your profiler captures with Unity's agent to get instant optimization suggestions and help you clean up bottlenecks. In terms of planning your games and stuff, the Unity agent can also come as a sidekick to help you plan things. The whole plan mode is built for game development. This actually helps you take loose ideas and turn them into clear implementation plan. There's also conversations that has to do with the agent being able to help you design and also excel your simple day-to-day task. So for example, these agents can help you set up and debug animation state machines, behavior trees, and transitions more quickly. And if you're thinking about bringing more scenes to life, the Unity AI seems to promise to bring believable scenes from scratch by simply using existing assets, or you can literally prompt them to existence. There is also the streamlined setup that actually exists with this, which makes sense because in certain cases, instead of doing repetitive tasks like reassigning textures and stuff over and over, these can help you execute those tasks as a series of complex changes across various parts of your project. Of course, you can also choose to do things like image generation, which is pretty interesting. So this allows you to generate textures, models, assets and various things like that. In terms of scripting, this is also going to come in very handy in that regards. And in terms of creating custom editor tools as well, these promises to do that. So these in some sense might come in very handy for developers. And I do think if you're just thinking about sketching out an idea for a game, or possibly help you build certain things, which might definitely take you longer time to do, these two might help you get those things done faster. And I do think that with the MCP server, which is the Model Context Protocol server, users should be able to connect their very own agents. Hopefully, when we do a whole video about this one, we might get to talk about it, show you guys how it works. It is also quite interesting to see that most DCC tools are beginning to implement AI as part of their workflow. And as much as we don't want to admit that AI is definitely coming to most of these tools, or even hamper several ways that we get to work with stuff, this seems to be where things are headed. The conversation about how this would affect learning and also affect how you implement or work with the tool is something that we all need to sit down and have a conversation about. And of course, there's also a couple of conversations that has to do with how they generate this stuff. The folks at Unity have actually cleared things out by saying that you can opt in for your tools or even your data to be used as training materials for your AI. However, there is also the Unity AI guiding principles where you can come through and read about how things are done, how they get to acquire these, the 3 guiding principles for Unity's AI, which includes the context awareness and integration, data control and customization, and also the created models. all of these have been written out right here, and you can actually come through and read these things for yourself. And for those who like to follow up on the forum and see some of the conversations going on here, you can also come through and see it, as this talks about the agentic in-project assistant, the AI gateway, the MCP, and so much stuff. So if this interests you, or possibly you'd like to know more about it, you can simply go over to the link in the description that brings you over to this place where you can see more details about it and read up or follow up with the conversation within the community forum. And speaking about Unity, the UModeller X is now available totally for free. So if you work with Unity and possibly you're thinking about how you can do nice cool modelings inside of Unity, possibly you like to do your rigging, your painting, all of that, you can now get this for free. So all you need to do is go over to unity.modeller.com, and from here you will be able to download the Unity tool totally for free and use it. No sign up is required, as you can now get this totally for free. Of course, you can choose to download it from here, or you can go over to the Unity Asset Store where you'll be able to get this for free. At the same time, the folks at Unity are also doing some sales right now. So if you simply go over to the spring sale, I think they're doing like a 50% spring sale. So you can literally come through and grab some stuff right here, and it is quite interesting to see where things are. For those who would like to know some of the features with the UModeller X, of course, there are cool stuff that includes you doing your modeling. You can also go ahead and do your rigging, your texturing, and so many stuff. It is a pretty interesting tool, and you can simply come through, read up on this, grab it, and start working with it. So this is it. Interesting times are here, as the folks at Unity have recently announced the Unity AI, and I can't wait to see what the future of content creation would look like, especially within the 3D space in the coming months or even years. And for those who like to grab any of these things and some additional resources, links to all of this will be in the description, so do well to check them out. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and until I see you guys in the next one, peace.